Welcome to Craft Beer Radio, episode 509, take 2, August 4th, 2023. I'm Shannon.
I'm Jeff.
And I'm Greg.
Hi. Hello. We are back. We did a show, but it got eaten by the computer.
Yes.
So we have a backup recording this time, and we're both fresh back from vacations. And tonight's going to be a haul of mostly hoppy stuff that we brought back from New England, because we went to like the heart of hazy IPAville.
Oh, okay. So that should be interesting to see then what we get back. If it's all going to be IPAs or if there's going to be some mixture of some stuff.
We have one mixture.
one mixture.
Well, maybe I'll call an audible later on. Oh, and we're using a different mic setup tonight.
Yes,
so we'll
we're
see
using
how it goes.
lav mics. We're doing an attempt here, and I'd be curious to see if this is any better. I mean, it sounds a little bit weirder for us, but this is before any of the audio post processing, so we'll see.
All right, so we are going to start with a brewery. I forget exactly where we ran into this one. Meredith, New Hampshire. So in the middle of our trip, we spent some time in New Hampshire, and this is Twin Barns Lake Cruiser Double IPA.
Twin Barns Lake Cruiser. Okay, 7.8% alcohol by volume. They just say Imperial. And don't have much else on here. So you guys were way north, right? Way north.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the label has some information here. The hops are Citra, Mosaic, Amarillo, Simcoe, and Centennial. And marketing speak talks of grapefruit, pineapple, passion fruit, things like that.
Okay. So this looks like grapefruit juice.
And it smells like grapefruit juice.
It does.
It's a orangey tan color, super hazy, and like grapefruit juice with all the pulp in it. But of course, it's got a head, so it ain't grapefruit juice.
Right. But when you go onto the nose,
it's very cold, so I'm getting a chance to warm up here.
Yeah.
The first thing you get is grapefruit juice. But while we're letting it warm up, we can talk about our trips a little.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention, because New Hampshire, I mean, you guys were north. You guys were far north. So tell me about it. What did you guys do?
Everything.
It was so much fun. The whole show could just be about our trip. It was the best trip. We had so much fun. So we drove, and we were supposed to leave Saturday morning, but we knew we wouldn't be able to sleep Friday night. So we left Friday evening. So we left around 7 p.m. Pittsburgh, and we got to the Maine state line between Maine and New Hampshire around 6:45 in the morning. And we decided to, from there, kind of just drive the coast up to Portland, because nothing was going to be open for the next several hours.
Mm-hmm.
And we found some of the most beautiful shoreline. We stopped a whole bunch of times, took tons of photos, and it was just such a place.
The photos don't do it justice.
And then we went to Portland. It was kind of just like an easy day. We stopped at a couple breweries and whatnot. But the next day, we had the cellar tour at Allagash.
Wow.
And that was awesome, because Allagash does cool ship beers. So they have, their whole funky fermentation. It's basically back behind the big brewery is where they started out, is where they do their cellar stuff. And we got to peek and look into the room with the cool ships and mountains of barrels, and we got to see the Allagash winery, which, because of state laws or maybe federal laws, the winery has to be separate from the brewery, and they only have a winery so they can make ciders and sell ciders. So there was this little red velvet rope around 3 fermenters in a stainless steel vessel, and that was the Allagash winery.
Okay, so let's go back to this beer. It should be a little bit warm now. Lake Cruiser, and we'll continue with the vacation report as we meander through the show. Mm-hmm. Wasn't picking up much of a nose on this one. And flavor-wise, I mean, there's lots of grapefruit in here. I just had a candy, which is kind of maybe making some of the sweetness a little bit.
Okay.
It's just minimizing some of the stuff in here, so I may need to just get some water in here. What do you taste?
Yeah, I just brushed my teeth, so mine's messed
You're
up
all
too.
messed up. Okay.
I didn't think about it.
I guess I'm leading here. So for me, for the aroma, it is as kind of citrusy and pungent as grapefruit juice. And then onto the flavor. Grapefruit juice is the big contributing to the flavor. There's a little bit of an apricot thing going on in there. It's very, very juicy in the mouthfeel. It feels citric acidy. It feels like fruit juice, just as it looks. I don't believe there's any fruit juice added to this thing, but just the way the hop acids are playing in there, it sure feels juicy to me. The bitterness is coming after all the grapefruit stuff. It's kind of moderate high, but it's not dank. It's kind of piney. It's kind of I think I'd have to go with piney for the.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the hop label, so the hop bill, Citra, Mosaic, Amarillo, Simcoe, Centennial. So nothing that is, far outside the box or anything. I think that that edge you're getting at the end is, to me, a mixture of Centennial and Simcoe, maybe with a little Amarillo in there too.
Yeah. I'm also getting a little oniony or garlicky at the end.
Yeah.
So, like kind of from big Citra.
The sulfury stuff, though. I mean, Amarillo can definitely give that. Amarillo.
Oh, yeah. Catty.
Yeah.
Catty.
Simcoe, especially if you ever do it. And then Centennial is just, such a classic one. But that's pretty typically pine. So not getting much like resin-y pine.
I don't taste any pine.
I think it's more just there as like a very basic backbone.
I'm just overall impressions. I'm enjoying this beer. Feels so weird not having a mic to lead into. It's so weird. I feel like I'm off mic.
We can just stretch out like this and be like, yeah.
We should get couches for in here. Yeah, that's an enjoyable beer. Very juicy, kind of on the refreshing side, because it's not kind of dank and
super
enamely.
drinkable. Yeah.
Yeah. Do either of you taste any lactose in it?
I don't know.
It must be from brushing my teeth, then.
It has such a full body. I mean, it has an unusually full body, but I don't taste any kind of milk sugars or anything in there. So.
Okay.
All right. Let's go. I'm trying to figure out the order here.
So you guys went to, Upper America.
Yes.
The lower part of which is New England. I went to kind of the New England itself, I suppose you could say. I was in Cape Cod. So that was for me a very nice week and a very nice way to get away from all the stuff. I've been looking forward to this for a while. I think I saw water twice. I didn't go to any beaches.
Okay.
Because my vacation was, okay, I get to be around all this amazing seafood and have a really good kitchen and I'm going to cook up a bunch of stuff and have, 6 people to cook for, so I don't have to worry about like trying to portion it. Like I can make some cool shit. And that was my vacation. So I spent just, days and days. I guess I didn't really spend days, I spent like, a couple hours in the kitchen for most nights cooking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And every day a different dish, every day some new fish, and every day beautiful stuff.
Yeah, we had some seafood when we were up there. I think in the first 3 days we had 4 lobster rolls.
And I don't even I can't even count how many oysters.
2.5 dozen, probably, maybe 3 dozen.
I think we did more than that.
Let's see. I think that in terms of the total oysters that I bought, So something like 56, because it was 48 one day, but then there was 8 the previous day.
Okay.
Of course, I didn't eat all those. This was, but I probably ate. I probably ate 18 of those.
Yeah, there's a couple places that there's just so much to talk about.
We could do post show.
Yeah, I guess the post show.
Vacation.
Yeah, post show is a good chance for us to be all of the all the nitty gritty about our vacations.
Yep. You can find the link to the post show in the show notes on our website. And I do know I was introduced to Google Podcasting. They have something goofed up where they aren't working with the post show feed, extras feed. Tries to work, but then it just shows the main feed. So just so you know, if you have a Google Podcast, I will try to get that resolved. But
Having those Google problems.
yeah, it's like not like they give you a phone number, So
Or you could get on our Discord and
show me the label. So I
find
can
the
look it
links
up.
to everything there.
This is a first and last things from Farmstead Brewery.
Okay.
You want to rinse your glass since this one's going to be pretty different from, and probably more subtle than.
One thing that we didn't get to last time, or we did get to last time, but I don't want to bring it up, was there's sort of a difference in opinion about which is our, I think, local favorite in terms of breweries that you can get. You guys are really on the
Team Hitchhiker,
and I'm sort of on Team Hop Farm. And I think that's probably a yeast thing. Like, looking back to it, like I think the hop farms all have a flavor to them, and I really like it. But I can totally see how you guys don't. And I also think that all of the hitchhikers have a flavor to them. And it's not that I dislike it.
Yeah, no.
It's just, you and I, Jeff, we see very similarly on a lot of things, even flavor-wise, but not enough that I'm going to marry you. so maybe that's part of it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Connect on even a more close level on that. So
yeah, yeah. I mean, we feel the same way. We don't hate Hop Farm. It's just we don't find them to the same level of deliciousness that we find a lot of hitchhiker beers. So
just one of those cool things that you can sometimes explore with your friends and breweries that are nearby.
Diversity.
Yeah. All right. So this guy is of First and Last Things, India Pale Ale brewed with Motueka, Nelson Sauvin, and Simcoe hops. So finally, we're into a slightly more than just a standard hop profile.
Yeah, so we showed up at Farmstead about 10 minutes before they opened on a Wednesday, was it? Thursday? No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And there was people waiting outside already.
I think it was Friday, actually.
They have this beautiful, front yard with picnic tables and awnings and stuff. And then inside the tasting tap room, you can overlook the brewery. They had some crazy, sour and barrel aged beers on. Oh my goodness, it was awesome. Farmstead is worth the drive.
Yeah, for sure. And they had amazing barbecue out front.
Yep. All right, so this
amazing barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
It
was just
what did they have?
Did you have barbecue?
Actually, we didn't even eat the barbecue.
I was wondering how you knew it was amazing.
I just got a side because we'd already eaten earlier. And I got a side of mac and cheese. But it smelled amazing.
Yeah.
And they were really nice people.
Amazing smelling barbecue.
Amazing
smelling barbecue. I'm tired. I worked.
Me too. I just got back yesterday, and I'm still out of it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I got back last night. At least all my beasties were taken care of. Damie was able to come in and change the water every day or every 3 days, which is all they needed. The beautiful thing about reptiles, you don't really need to do much.
Yep. So of First and Last Things, this one pours a kind of whiter cloudy, hazy, almost not quite as white as wheat beer, but similar to it. The aroma for me, I'm getting like a creamsicle kind of thing. I'm getting kind of vanilla notes. I'm getting orange notes.
They're getting like passion fruit. I'm getting more on the tropical side. Like passion fruit and maybe like a hint of guava or something like that.
Guava. But I'm definitely getting the vanilla notes.
And so it was Motueka, Nelson, and
That's that Motueka. Sometimes you can hit vanilla. It's weird that a hop can do that, but when it's really cool.
And Simcoe.
Yeah.
So
wasn't it this trip that I realized that Motueka is one of my favorites?
I don't remember.
I think it's Motueka.
I wonder if that Duclaw one that made Motueka into vanilla is still around, because it was the first time we ever experienced that. Like,
no, we had a couple beers that were very creamsicle-y on the trip. This might have been one of them. I know we had this one on tap.
Yeah, I think this was one of my favorites out there.
This one has a nice, like, creamy, soft body to it. It has that. It's not as much creamsicle in the flavor. It's a little more like fruit pith, like kind of.
See, I'm getting, it's a little bit, to me, okay, so first is a little bit, I guess, harsher, the more maybe resiny, or at least maybe a bitey, like more biting notes. And I don't know whether that's maybe the carbonation is a little bit finer, or but I think it's the hops. The hops are a little bit more sharper here. They are also, there's a lot of tropical stuff. It feels to me, and like the first sip, like a lot, like almost overdoing it. Whereas I felt like the Lake Cruiser was really well balanced by comparison.
More I get into it, I'm getting kind of a little bit more trending towards dank. I think the Simcoe's popping out a little bit more.
Are you getting grapefruit?
I can't say I'm getting grapefruit really.
Really?
Like,
It's hard because the last one was so like exactly grapefruit flavors. This one's kind of, there's something there, but it's also a little like overripe, or like a little bit.
It's pithy. If there is grapefruit, it's pithy notes from the grapefruit more than juicy notes, I guess. And the creamsicle stuff that we were getting in the aroma isn't really carrying through. I'm getting
it's not.
Some like stone fruit vibes, like peach, that kind of thing. But it feels like a lot, and like I can totally see how if you're at the bar, this is gonna be great. But as on
draft at the bar, this beer was bonkers good, and here in the can, it's fine. But
when was it canned? Just
I don't see a date on it, but
7/25.
So not very long.
They even put the time.
What did they have?
11:28.
Oh, there you go.
If only it was canned a little bit later in the afternoon, it'd still be good.
No, I think that this is a perfectly fine beer. I don't think there's no problem with it, but I just think that it suffers in comparison to the last one, which was just really drinkable. Like really, this is. I mean, I was not like looking forward to drinking a bunch of hazies. To be honest,
and that Lake Cruiser gotcha.
And then this was great. Like really, like this would be if I saw this on the shelf, I'd be like, hell yeah, because that was really, really good.
Yeah, we stopped there. There was a day in New Hampshire where we got rained out, so we visited 7 breweries that day.
I didn't keep track.
Like short little visits, just like, a couple tasters and things like that. But yeah, we hit up like 7 breweries that day. So to be honest, I can't remember exactly which one was Twin Barn.
Probably could look at our pictures and figure it out, but Yeah.
So, did you guys do anything besides go to breweries?
We
We
did
went to some great restaurants and we hiked
Hiked.
54.27 miles.
Wow.
Yes. In Acadia. Well, mostly Acadia.
Now, I should mention that I knew that. And the reason why I knew that was because of our Discord, which we never got to really properly announce nor celebrate. We did last time, but it all got wiped out by the internet gods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so on our website at craftbeerradio.com, there is a link to join our Discord server. It is the thing that I want to use to eliminate email to converse with people. It allows listeners to converse with each other. We got some long time, got 3 Gregs on there. We got, who else? I can't think of the guy's real name. I just know his handle.
We got other people on there.
Yeah.
But come and join us. We want to get people on there and talk about stuff, give us ideas. We have a couple channels going there. We'll probably create more.
And there'll be there's a forum channel for each show, and that'll have all of the transcript stuff and things like that linked in there. So you'll if you want to get the most of the multimedia about the show, that's where you'll get it. So.
All right, what's next?
What's next? Do you want the palate cleanser now, or do you want another IPA and then the palate cleanser?
Let's do another IPA, then go with the palate cleanser, and then we'll see what we have in us.
We're going to do Fiddlehead Brewing Company. So some of the really big name breweries in Vermont, outside of Burlington, right, is Hill Farmstead, The Alchemist, and Fiddlehead. And we hit up Fiddlehead on the last day. Mm-hmm. And I really, really like the place. So this is their regular IPA. We have another beer from Fiddlehead down. Oh no, we have 3 more beers from Fiddlehead downstairs. 1 more IPA, a double IPA, and then 2 of their other things: a spontaneously fermented one and a barrel-aged imperial porter.
So this is just their standard IPA.
This is their flagship.
It's one of their, I think it's their flagship because they're year round, and it's the first one on their list. 6.2% alcohol by volume, 53 IPU. They say it's just a hazy American IPA. It's green. The color of the can and everything around it is green.
Yep. When we got this, they made sure that I was going to promise to keep it cold. They basically said, it'll change if you let it warm up. It's unpasteurized. So I kept this cold. We went and got ice that night. Mm-hmm. And it was the same day we got the Crusher from Alchemist, which will be our next beer after the intermezzo. And those, I'm excited for this part of the show. I hope you enjoy them.
Okay. So this being so cold, I'm going to warm it up. I haven't noticed much on the aroma yet. So let's warm this sucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit back and let Greg explore this instead of me telling you what to taste. So.
Okay. So now I'm thinking about the beers that I had, which I didn't have that many. I actually put them on our Discord.
You had that J. Wakefield smoked lager or something, right?
That was probably my favorite. And I wanted to bring some of that down, but again, it was going to be hard. But yeah, this was a Czech dark lager that was aged in wood foeders.
The next time we're in Florida, we'll have to. We've already talked about trying to get down to J. Wakefield, so we'll try to do that and bring some stuff back.
Yeah,
because they're in one of the towns on the Atlantic coast. In South. I can't remember exactly where though.
I don't know.
The beer was called Of Darkest Night, which is a Green Lantern reference. Okay. So for all of you DC Comics heads.
So was it funky fooder, or was it just like...
It was woody. It was really woody. I mean, it was really oaky, and I think that on the show it probably would have been overly oaky, like just as in putting our microscope on it, it was kind of too oaky. But when you just sort of ignored that and had it with some oysters,
I bet.
Fantastic. Okay, so you're gonna let me...
Yeah, stick your nose in there. Tell me what you smell.
It smells a little dank.
It does.
It's so fucking weedy.
Yeah, it smells like weed. It's kind of like, what sometimes if you're walking by, I was with Nick and Aaron, and they were here very briefly, and went to a place, Sao Mercado here in Pittsburgh, and as I was walking to where there were some guys smoking weed in the in the alley that I passed by, and it was this is what it smelled like.
Yep. This beer, these darn fruit flies keep buzzing around.
Yeah, where'd they come from? They just appeared today.
Yeah, I don't know. This beer seems like it's kind of, I don't want to say modeled after, but of the same vein as Heady Topper.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
And when, like, looking at some of the marketing speak for Heady Topper, they talk about it just being made to be a dank IPA.
Yeah.
And
This is more drinkable than Heady Topper.
It definitely is. I had Heady Topper at the brewery on Beer Engine, and it wasn't exciting.
Beer Engine? You're going to have to explain that.
A cask.
Okay.
Hand pull on a cask. Okay. And I thought, oh my God, if it's ever going to be good, this is going to be good.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Yeah. Really? And 3-day-old Focal Banger was just But what was delicious was the Crusher.
We're going to get to that. Okay. But yeah, so I think that, Heady Topper, its days are past it, really, because it was exciting when it was something really new. And when it really helped redefine a whole, I mean, yeah, it redefined a whole style, and that it needs to be praised. But in terms of how it lives up to the hype, no. These days, people have figured out how to make hazies so much better.
You know what else is really weird about the Alchemist's tap room? Is it's not a tap room. They had Heady Topper on cask. Everything else was can pours.
Weird. That is weird. Okay, so this is, this feels from the same vein as Heady Topper, and they have those same instructions: keep it cold. Probably they would tell you to drink from the can. It's less dank than Heady Topper. It's less of a assault.
Yeah.
So when you get Heady Topper on cask, it kind of takes away that assault, but it kind of just, it almost makes it taste like in the middle of the road English IPA, where nothing really stands out. It's kind of more malty and creamy, but maybe it made it just more average. I don't know. It was. I'm glad I went to the Alchemist. Some of their other beers had some saisons and stuff out of cans that were really good. But the two flagships, the reasons people go, was underwhelming.
Well, again, you have to keep that beer around for historical purposes, if nothing else. And I think as a way to see both, okay, this is the beginnings of hazies, and we now know what they've turned into, but also as a way to see, okay, this is the line between this sort of West Coast dominant crazy resin hop and this wacky bright style. Yeah, I mean, for both those reasons, it's a beer worth drinking, but it's not a crowd pleaser anymore.
All right, so our next beer, this is one we got because Shannon demanded it.
I did?
The Days End from Allagash. So this is one of the beers from Portland with Love, which is the program that the employees get to suggest things. Days End. Get to suggest things, and some of those get picked up for small batches or big batches or whatnot. This one is modeled to be like a Boulevardier. So instead of
that's a cocktail, right?
It's a cocktail. Imagine an old fashioned, but with vermouth.
Okay. Brewed this beer with Lambrusco, grape must, angelica root. I don't even know what angelica root is. An orange peel. Angelica root.
Yeah.
No idea.
It's well, here, when you taste it, you'll see some of the character that it gives.
Aging in bourbon barrels for 2 months. Result. Okay. 9.5%. But yeah, palate cleanser, I should say, because this is finally not a hazy IPA. Right? Well, it is a little bit of haze in there, but it's not really an IPA.
It's kind of got a pink grapefruit tint to it, doesn't it?
So in terms of grades, you have your 2-row base malt blend, which is pretty standard. Red wheat and flaked corn, so a variety of different grains in here to give it some stuff. Northern Brewer Crystal and European Zatz hops. So wow, so don't expect this to be very hoppy.
And this was bottled a year ago.
Okay. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so immediately a sour on the nose. Which I guess I should have expected with the grape must, but it didn't immediately come to mind this was necessarily going to be sour. Especially when I saw bourbon barrels, I was thinking maybe this would be sweeter.
I haven't tasted it yet. I thought this was like fresh bourbon and not like funky barrels. But the aroma, the oakiness is definitely coming through. One of the first things I get. A little bit of that grape musk kind of smell, kind of sweet, but with some tannins and things like that.
Ooh, okay. Lighter than I expected, especially for a 9.5% alcohol by volume, right? Kind of a light beer. Much of the flavor was like a big hit and then kind of fades. And you just sort of get sort of the sour tart notes after that.
And I don't even notice that it smells like a sour, but it doesn't taste like a sour to me at all.
Jeff is bringing out some.
So I think angelica root goes into Campari.
Campari. Okay.
And that's part of a Boulevardier as well.
Campari is a very potent liqueur. Italian.
Do you want to smell this?
It's bitter. Doesn't necessarily smell bitter, but it is bitter and strong. And it is known for being like it's a key component of a Negroni. And it's one of those things that's like, especially the first time you like it, first time you drink it, you're probably not going to necessarily like it, but then you sort of grow to really appreciate it.
Yeah, actually, you reminded me. I described it wrong. A Boulevardier is a Negroni with bourbon instead of gin.
Okay,
so that's what I was confused.
Gotcha.
You helped me get there. So thank you.
Glad I could be of service. All right, let me give this another taste here.
I love this one.
So really, this is another attempt at a cocktail beer, or
a beer
inspired by
a cocktail beer.
Yeah.
Not really like putting in all the orange, all the thingies. Because the way they arrive at it is with grapes and angelica root.
Yeah, so they're taking some of the spicing of the things that they know, and I guess there is like an Aperol-y kind of.
The grapes give you the vermouth notes. The angelica root gives you the Campari notes. The barrel gives you the bourbon notes. So it's a neat way to get there.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm really tasting the barrel in it now.
So I should explain the Aperol is the like less intense version of Campari. Okay. It's the one I have both, but it's the one that I would prefer to use in lots of things. Although I think you can't have a Negroni without Campari. But I think that Aperol, in almost all cases, it's just it's a less assaulting version. Right. So in almost all cases, it's the more useful general purpose version of Campari, I think. But yeah, this is nice. This is not. I wouldn't like. Okay, so it's funny because when I was at the Cape, it was so hard to find beers that were not a hazy or some variation of IPA, or just some wheat that I was like not super interested in. I mean, it is summertime at Cape Cod. I shouldn't expect much more than this, but it was tough. So I didn't get any of those. What I ended up getting was like a Prairie Artisan sour and one other thing. I think a Czech Pilsner, right? So I'm sorry. It was a what's the Pilsner that's hoppy?
Bavarian Pils.
Was it Bavarian? Yeah, it was a hoppy, it was a Bavarian style Pils. So yeah, the pickings were small because but I also wouldn't have picked this out. Like I wouldn't have seen this and said, yeah, this is what I want. But this is,
if we hadn't tasted this in the cellar tasting part of it, no, I don't think we would have gone for it either, and I probably wouldn't. I'm enjoying this thoroughly, but because of all the other Amaze beers that they had to buy, I probably wouldn't have bought a 4-pack of this, but Shannon was hooked into it.
We still would have, because I always gravitate to the ones that are aged in bourbon barrels. And it says right there on the label.
But everything there was aged in bourbon barrels.
I know.
Hey, you found something you like and you go towards it. I understand that completely.
But I'm glad she said we're getting this because I'm enjoying this tonight.
Definitely.
Got 3 more bottles. And yeah, it totally feels like we're sipping on a cocktail and sitting here talking.
Yeah, you'll feel that monkey's paw curl when everything on the shelf turns into bourbon barrel aged stuff, like we did for hazy.
The speaking of lagers and stuff, one of our last days in Vermont, after we went hiking one day, we stopped at Von Trapp Brewery, which is the Von Trapps from The Sound of Music.
I was thinking that were those the same? Like,
yeah, they own so much land there. Like it's like 1,800 acres or 2,400 acres or something.
I have to look it back up because.
And one of the sons wanted to open a brewery, and he went to Austria. Like they're from Austria, so they wanted kind of that Austrian kind of vibe. If every craft brewery who made Pilsners half as good as theirs, it'd be all I drink.
Wow.
Their Pilsner was, I had other beers too, but their Pilsner was, I never loved something so much that was so subtle. I couldn't tell you why I loved it. I just loved it.
It's probably the yeast. I think a big part of that German Reinheitsgebot is getting the yeast right. Because if you don't do that, and everything is off a little bit.
Yeah. Because there was nothing nothing stood out from the beer, but the beer was outstanding. I'm like, this is, you see all these Pilsners at these breweries, and a lot of them are under attenuated, and they're just not what you want. They're homebrew versions of Pilsners. But this one,
so lagered correctly, right? They did all the
man, it was so good. I had their Kolsch. That was really good too.
Now, are they taking advantage of the sound and musicness of it all at all, or are they bringing it any brand?
There was a big chalet type lodge where the brewery tasting room was.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in terms of the names of their beers or whatever.
No. You know what the beers' names are? Pilsner, Helles, Kolsch, Goza, Hopfenweiss.
Yeah. So I was trying to make a joke about how they're taking the name of everyone else, but it's not really because technically you can't even copyright those things even. So I don't know. I couldn't find the joke there, but there is one. If you take enough time.
Other than the name of the brewery being Von Trapp, they're not parlaying.
Yeah, no, they're not. That's
before the brewery, I guess since the 60s, they have been acquiring land there, but it's some of the best cross-country skiing in the country there and things like that. So they were known for things like lodging and cross country skiing before the brewery.
Which is basically hiking during the summer.
Yeah, or winter hiking. Yeah,
For sure.
Okay. Well, that was definitely a good palate cleanser. So what are we doing next?
I'm gonna do the Alchemist's Crusher.
Okay. So this is the one you said this was like stand out at the Alchemist.
Yeah.
When there's a really good story behind how we obtained this.
Yeah, so they only have like to go. They only have like 3 things to go. 3 or 4 things to go. They always have Heady, they always have Focal Banger, and then they had Redemption. I
Yeah.
think it's Redemption.
Redemption.
And like one other thing to go. And we really liked this beer. And they had it for cans to sell, but not for takeout. I asked them, and like, no, next week. Like, oh. And so we did our thing, and we went to Burlington, which is about 40 minutes away from the Alchemist. And, we're like, okay, just not in the cards to get a can of Crusher or a 4-pack of Crusher or anything like that. And then the day that we went to Von Trapp, we decided to go climb Mount Mansfield, which is the tallest mountain in Vermont. And on the way to Mount Mansfield,
I just think that's such a funny thought that would never enter my mind. Oh, let's go climb the tallest mountains near here.
It was a challenge, and
Like, no, I
failure's
respect
not
it.
an option. He
I
was like, "Do you
respect
want to do you want to climb the tallest one?" And this was the last of our hikes, and we'll talk about that in the post show. But yeah, he gave me other options too
Mhm.
for the hike, but I had to go ahead and even though I was really
Because it was
leery because of the dangerously exposed
yeah, we'll talk about
portions of
exposed.
the hike. Yeah.
But we'll talk about the hike stuff in the post show real quick. Though we're going to Mount Mansfield. We're 9 minutes from the trailhead, and we drive past the Alchemist again. We're like, what? Okay. And I'm like, oh, that's great because I want to go to Von Trapp. We can do that.
Mhm.
And then when we're done hiking, it was Alchemist before Von Trapp, and we're like, they said Crusher was on next week. It's Sunday. Is this next week? We stopped. Crusher was
It
on.
was.
It was.
Yes.
It was next week.
And they have a pull up. Instead of parking and going in, you can pull up.
Oh,
Somebody
just
comes
drive
out
through?
and you can
Kinda
place your order.
The little point of
and
sale thing, and they place your order. They bring beer out to you. Now,
it's great.
the way there's not a ton of parking there, there's tons of people hanging out. It's a really smart thing. It doesn't tie up parking.
Mhm.
It doesn't tie up people at the counter. So
Okay, so back onto the beer itself, Crusher. Another dank one. This is particularly dank in the aroma. This is the most aroma I think I've had today from an IPA at least.
sure, if they divulge their hops, I know.
Yes, they do. It
Oh, do
says
they?
it says dry hopped with Citra.
Okay,
Mhm.
Fiddlehead. She told me we do not divulge our hops. So.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even specifically asking about the kinds of hops. I was just asking about the characters.
And I don't really care.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
we wanted descriptions.
I mean, that was not like, oh man, I have to know the hopping of Fiddlehead. But
So the aroma on this, I'm getting peaches and vanilla again. I'm getting.
okay, I just had a taste and I see why you like it.
A lot of vanilla. I haven't tasted it yet, but just on the nose,
This is
so much vanilla.
the more appropriate version of Heady Topper for today. Is I think the best way to think about it, because it's still got a pretty sharp. It's almost coming off metallic to me how hoppy it is in certain areas.
Oh yeah, there's almost like a burn to it, right? Like how there used to be hop burns with some
Yeah.
of those beers in the West
This
Coast.
is it ends very resiny,
Mhm.
like on the tongue, but it is much more approachable under today's understanding of hazy IPAs than the Alchemist was.
Then Heady Topper. This is the Alchemist.
Mhm. Yes, Heady Topper is what I mean. Great. In terms of color, it kind of looks the same, right? In terms of everything else about it. So this is like, they're more modern Heady Topper. I still don't think it's that great. because I think that it's too resiny at the end. That is when I get things that verge on metallic. I don't know.
Surprisingly, this was canned on 7/12. I wouldn't have expected it to
wonder-
be so old.
Why they wouldn't sell it until last week?
They want to have scarcity. They want
Artificial, yeah. Yeah, I'm
the
surprised
prices
at
were
how bitter it
surprisingly
is.
the prices were surprisingly good for to-go beers that they offered.
Oh yeah, they were.
It was we got just four packs, right?
Yeah, for like $56 or something.
Okay, well, so there's something on the back here. There's a little bit of a story, I guess. Crusher is American Double India Pale Ale that I started making years. This is John Kimmich, who's the brewer, that I started making years ago at the old pub. Hopheads were constantly asking for more hops, which is kind of hilarious to me because have you tried Heady Topper? So, in the words of Frank Zappa, did you say you want more? Well, here's some more. While I enjoy hops with the rest of them, I still try to maintain some semblance of balance and drinkability. Beer is oozing with hop flavor and aroma with a very dry finish. I think that's all true, but I also think the finish is very resiny and bitter. So it's, I think like if you ask the question, what would Heady Topper be like more drinkable? This is the answer. If you ask I also kind of think if you ask what is Stone like if you take out some of the more offensive parts? It's still kind of like this. They're still about crushing you with hops. But yeah, so this is a hazy, arrogant bastard, but a drinkable version of it. But I'm not a big fan. I'll be honest. How about you, Shannon?
I just had one of these the other night. And I'm wondering if it's because I brushed my teeth. And
Remember, we're putting a microscope.
It's probably because we're paying such good attention.
Yeah, this is
Maybe
a
so.
perfectly drinkable beer that if you had it, just while you're doing something else, you'd be fine with it. But if we're really putting our analysis, our hats on and going something that there's...
It's a little bit of a disappointment tonight. It's still a great beer. But there's a lot of that resiny, I don't know, it's just that metallic kind of taste that just lingers.
It's the lingering, I think, that makes it...
It's so weird because 2 days ago, Shannon and I both had Crusher and Fiddlehead, and they were just way more delicious in the setting where we drank them 2 days ago than right now.
Yeah.
I get it. That's something that can happen. I bet you did not expect this late cruiser to be shining heads and tails over everything else. That was just a starter.
Yep.
But it's funny how things, what happens when you put that microscope on, when you change your mode.
Well,
but at the end of the day, we crushed it. So what does that say?
Exactly.
All right. So what do we have next?
We're got another Vermont beer. This is from Foam Breweries in Burlington, and this is
that was another rainy day trip.
Yeah, Bilt-to-Spill.
Bilt-to-Spill. I can't type right. Bilt-to-Spill is a rock band.
It is?
What does anything to do with the rock band? They're an American indie rock band that formed in Boise, Idaho in 1992.
Probably not, but unless they're in Burlington now.
All right, well, I didn't write that down.
What's the brewery?
Foam Brewers.
FOAM?
Yep. Is it possible that Bilt-to-Spill is the line of beers and the beer is called Jackson Tupper?
No.
No? Okay.
This is literally called Bilt-to-Spill.
Okay.
And it is 8% alcohol by volume. The artist's name is Jackson Tupper,
Oh,
the artist of the label. And let's see.
This is canned on my birthday.
Oh,
Dun, dun.
happy
Dun, dun, dun.
birthday.
Oh, and there's a timestamp on this one too.
What's the date? So I don't know your birthday.
July 19th.
July 19th. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
And
He took me to an amazing restaurant while we were out there in
cool.
Maine after we hiked.
No, we went home and showered.
Yeah,
first.
we went home.
Of course, right. But you still were probably like, good, give me something to eat.
9:08. It doesn't say AM or PM, so I'm not really sure if it
They're
was.
probably not running at 9 p.m.
Probably not.
So I don't see anything indicating that it has anything to do with the band.
Okay.
But it was just funny that Bilt-to-Spill was by far the first thing that came up. So like none of this has anything about like I'm going to first Bilt-to-Spill just on Google, and none of this is anything about the beer.
What's the description on this?
There's none. Double India Pale Ale.
So color wise, we have a very light straw color.
Very.
It's a hazy. So you know that we're not going to be able to. It's not opaque. That's the word I'm looking for. One where you can see light through it.
Translucent.
Translucent.
The smell on this one's not fruity. It's stay away from fruit for me.
But I already mouthed it, and I have to admit,
I love that. I love that phrasing. I already mouthed it. That's wonderful.
That's from the whiskey tribe. You two.
Probably.
They don't drink. They mouth it.
They mouth it. I have to admit,
hat tip to the whiskey tribe. That
it
was
is
great.
definitely fruity.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the aroma is super closed off for me.
I'm getting lemon, orange. And yeah, like the lemon orange oils.
Take a sip because it'll confirm what your nose is telling you. There's definitely a lemon oily thing. It's like number one for me.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, this is different. Because this is like with that oily thing, you get sort of that resin or whatever that is up front, but it doesn't leave you with a lingering resiny. It leaves you with sort of a lingering, somewhat spicy, hoppy note, I guess.
Spicy?
So a little bit. Maybe even verging on piney, but the big resin notes are right up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like one of those lemon hard candies. You get flavors from that.
Okay. What is that hard candy? Because that's what I was thinking of. The lemon hard candies.
I just know they're like grandma candies. I don't know. I don't know the what else to say about them other than
or like the kind when you get one of those cough drops, but without all the menthol.
They used to be like hop candies, right?
Yeah,
that were
we had
probably
some. Guy made them here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
there's probably other ones, but a guy made them here in Pittsburgh, and we had a handful. They were only. It was so far back that they were just made with like Cascade and Chinook and things like that. They were mildly interesting. I bet you they'd be a lot better today. I'll have to look
it'd be cool to be able to get like a hit of some hops without having to drink a beer to do it, right? Without having to go get a bunch of alcohol in you to get a nice flavor of hop.
There are the hop seltzers but like the Lagunitas made one. I liked them, but
I've never had one actually. I don't think I've ever had a hop seltzer, but that feels like it's still a whole drink you have to do as opposed to a little candy.
Okay. I liked them, but they weren't at a price point where it could be like the thing in your fridge to drink all day.
Sure.
So.
Like it's not going to be like a LaCroix or something.
Yeah.
Okay, this is definitely one of the more interesting beers we've had tonight because in terms of IPA, it's doing something I haven't really had before.
I almost put this one back on the shelf so you didn't have to drink yet another IPA. I'm glad I left it out.
Yeah.
I'm just really worried that if we sit on the IPAs for too long, they're going to fade. You
No,
know?
I totally get it. No, I understand the motivation.
Believe me, there's a much larger variety of stuff down there. It's not
what
all
else you
IPA.
got? Let's get something.
Yeah, but we can get a dessert beer. I'll go grab a dessert beer.
Yeah. In the meantime, we will stall.
We will
So
stall, or we will.
I got to unclip my microphone.
it's a whole
Definitely need
new
to do that.
whole new feature of the show. And hopefully those mic sounds you won't hear because the AI will take care of them all.
Let's hope so. And let's hope the recording is perfect.
Oh God, yeah. Well, I haven't seen you for a month. It's good to see you.
I know. I've missed you. Although I have to tell you, I love Maine.
How could you not? I love Cape Cod. There's nothing. It's a beautiful place, and there's things that you get there that you can't get here, which is nice. But I think it's also nice to visit a place and to be a little sad you didn't get to experience everything you wanted to, as opposed to being just, all right, I'm done. I can go back now.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like this is the place I need to be.
I think that it's good to have that pull because I felt like that when I was in Seattle. It was such a beautiful place, and just everything about it was amazing. It was like, man, if I could live here, that'd be so cool.
Yeah. I remember loving Seattle,
Mhm.
and I've been there multiple times. And San Francisco. And I went to, gosh, I can't remember the beach that I went to right before I left San Francisco, but Half Moon Bay.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember how beautiful that was.
Mhm.
And I've been longing for that ever since, because I grew up in Florida.
Sure,
I love
sure.
the beaches, but I also love the mountains. So when we got to Maine,
I think
I was just like, oh my gosh, this is the best of
all the
everything.
yeah.
Like everything that we love, or I love, but Jeff loves too. You have the 4 seasons. When it's cold, it stays cold. So you're not
Mhm.
falling out and then trying to readjust. But you've got those mountains and the ocean and
You also happen to be in an area of the United States that is not as grossly affected by climate change as the rest of the country.
It is the least populated state. It has the best air quality of all the states in the U.S. And what are we tried to find some reasons not to want to move there, and we really couldn't come up with any. And we even talked to Mainers, and
I would think that one of the reasons would be winters can be just a empty landscape of white and feet of it.
Yeah,
so
for sure. But the nice thing about it for us is we have those hobbies, the woodworking and these things that we can do indoors. And we can do those in the winter and not feel guilty about not being outside.
Right.
And that will keep us occupied and keep us from going stir crazy in the winter.
Or at least we hope.
I mean, that's the thought. Like,
well, we can talk more about this
on
the post show, because I do also want to talk about sort of what advantages Pittsburgh has, which you don't necessarily always think about, but which I think that the fact that we live here is not necessarily a coincidence.
All right.
So I brought 2. I'll let you choose. Maybe we have one, maybe we have both. I don't know. I don't make the rules. We have one from Lone Pine called Holy Doughnut. It is a beer with cacao nibs and toasted coconut aged in bourbon barrels.
Sure.
And then we have Foulmouthed Brewing Company Grand Cru, which is a barrel-aged strong ale. 3 years aging, careful blending.
So the line here is both these are barrel aged.
Mhm.
Both these are around, what, 10%, you said?
I didn't say, but I'm sure there. This one was bottled in 2020. This one was bottled a year ago. Looking for the ABV. 11.3 versus...
I think it was 10 and a half.
I'll be right back while you
Okay.
all decide.
I don't see it. Do you see it?
Did I hear? I thought, yeah, it's right there in the middle.
Right in the middle. Oh, 10 and a half.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Yeah, you can't put your headphones next
I'm
to the
so sorry.
microphone.
I'm sure the AI will take care
I
of
hope
that, so you
so.
won't hear that. Unless we're stuck with the with the backup recording that you then don't process at all.
every time.
Right. Okay. I think. Like I'd say, if we were only doing one, then I probably would go for the foul mouth. But if we're doing both, and we're probably gonna do a long post show, so it probably
we don't make the rules.
Yeah.
These rules are made to be broken. All right. Holy Doughnut from Lone Pine. We visited their tap room in Portland, Maine. I think their main brewery is outside of Portland in Gorham, Maine.
Okay, so Holy Doughnut is a place in Portland, Maine. So I imagine this is
That could be collab.
a collab. Holy Doughnut beer. Lone Pine. So they also have a blueberry glaze version. Wow. Okay. I mean, if something says
We're
donut
gonna-
on it, you
we're
should
gonna
expect
be-
that kind of aroma.
We're going to be drinking bourbon barrel aged and sour shit
Yes.
for the next 6 months.
Oh, great. But I mean, legit great, because that's always awesome stuff. But okay, so is there anything else on this Holy Doughnut? Because it seems like all of the Holy Doughnuts, there are a bunch of comparisons and there are a bunch of collaborations, and they all have flavors.
It says, caution, beer in this bottle is delicious.
May I see? May I
It
hold it?
is the Cocoa Nibs Coconut.
That's what I was looking for.
All right, what are we looking at?
The Holy
now that I'm
Doughnut.
back. This is from
Lone Pine.
Actually,
where?
Lone Pine.
Lone Pine.
Where was that one?
That was the day that we were after kayaking.
Okay, so
It was the one.
Oh.
Remember, there was the one in the front, and then the back above it. It was the
Mhm.
one in the front.
so this is
Okay.
their first one.
Holy
Their dark
Doughnut.
chocolate toasted coconut. And it's taking a little bit to load.
It was bottled May 13th of last year.
Or at least it was the first one that's showing up on their list, but I don't know whether it's the first one. The release date was April 2019.
This one was bottled in 2022.
Interesting.
That smells good. The aroma is a combination of barrel aging oak and bourbon, and it is of toasted coconut. The cocoa nibs don't really come through in the aroma, but the coconut does.
Definitely the coconut and the barrel.
Little raisiny. Like the imperial stout part of it is kind of that, like kind of raisiny, kind of barley, roasted malt kind of aroma.
Okay, so this is made with Columbus hops. Really classic, just there to add a little bit bitterness to counteract the sweetness, not really flavoring much at all.
Yep. Use them early in the boil, so they just provide the bittering components.
In terms of malt, we got pale carapils, roasted barley, chocolate malt. And in terms of other, Maine potato donuts from the Holy Doughnut, toasted coconut, and cocoa.
Potato donuts, huh?
Potato donuts.
Potato donuts.
So the Holy Donut.
Oh, we did.
We read that.
Yes.
We never had any.
No, we didn't.
Before we left, we read about potato donuts. I'm like, we should try those.
I mean, potato bread is really sweet and delicious, so I don't see why potato donuts wouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
But we forgot about them until you just made
Yeah.
us realize now we have to go back.
Shoot. Next week?
Mm.
The Holy Donut. So when you were away, we found out because the first result from the Holy Donut was in fact the Holy Donut, which is a donut place in Portland. So this is a collaboration,
Okay.
and they have a bunch of different flavors, but this is the dark chocolate toasted coconut version.
Definitely smell the dark chocolate.
I mean, you get this. I mean, the first thing I think you notice is like just off the bat, sweet and there's and barley. But yeah, when you delve into it, that cocoa really comes through.
We just pulled these out of the fridge, and these are the beers that should be drank the warmest. So we're all here clamping our hands around our Spiegelau beer tulips, warming those beers up.
Yeah, and feeling that cold spot in your hands that is sort of indicative of, okay, this thing needs a lot of heat put into
A
it.
lot of heat.
I mean, I took a sip already, and it just
You
tasted
did?
kind of
No.
well, but it's too cold, right? So it tasted
Yeah.
kind of sharp and monotone.
Mhm.
And
Yeah. This needs to be. I would say ideally you need this to be probably at least 50 degrees, Fahrenheit. Which, let's see, Celsius. God, I don't know.
I've never learned how to convert.
12.
something like that. You multiply it by
I don't
5
wanna
and
know.
divide it by 9, and then
I'm
add.
Yeah.
old enough now that I don't need to know. It's fine. That's what Google's for.
Somewhere in that
Or
range of between 12 and 20%, I think is where you want it to be at least. So I'm thinking, because let's see, because here's the way I think about it. Okay, 0 is freezing, and I know that like 50 degrees is like way too hot for people.
Like-
It's
like
like
20
that's like 120.
Like 28's a nice, like a hot day.
Right.
So yeah, it probably 10 to 12 degrees,
Mhm.
probably in the 50s.
Yeah.
I would think 55 would be a really good spot for just because we're talking about stupid things. But yeah, 50 would be good. I think up to 55. Getting up to 60s probably going to get a little too warm.
Yeah. Apologies to everyone who's not in the U.S. that we're using these weird ingredient
Maybe the
things,
AI
but-
will fix it for us.
But I will say, on the other hand, come on, guys, you all know that you have some stupid things that you continue to do too. This is our thing. Let us have it.
It's still not warm enough. I don't want to taste it yet.
It's getting there.
I agree. From the taste, it is still not warm enough, but
I know
there's
we
a
need
lot
to.
there. There's a lot there. There's there's caramel. There's that's real good. That's like a brownie, like a caramel.
Oh yeah, it does have a big like very fresh out of the oven brownie type flavor.
Yeah. One that's not fully cooked, that's still kind of
It's a little
doughy.
a little walnut in there, even. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
That's a good call. The walnut, because it makes me think
Yeah.
the walnut bitters that I have for old fashions
Yeah.
and stuff. I love that stuff.
Mhm.
Love it, love it, love it. And as soon as you said walnut, I'm like,
Mhm.
oh wait, that's in there. Yeah, I get it.
That's probably because I had walnut maple ice cream. There's plenty of great ice cream places around Cape Cod, and so I had some walnut maple ice cream, and I was like, yeah, that's a good combination. So walnut was kind of like recently in my mind.
Mm-hmm. The palate drips kind of stuff.
Yeah. Already, the nice thing is I can feel that my hands are transferring at least less heat.
Yeah.
So they're so this is at a pretty good spot. Color wise, we have a very dark brown
Oh yeah.
with, I don't know. I mean, you could probably call them tannish highlights, but
It's pretty viscous. It stains the side of the glass when you
Yes.
killed it. It's not Dark Lord viscous, but it's pretty viscous.
it's you see the lacing. Lacing
Right.
definitely occurs here.
I'm gonna go ahead and admit that I'm ignorant to this. What viscous?
Thick. It sticks to the glass.
Viscosity. So like honey is more viscous than water.
Okay.
So like the glass is brown after you stand it back up. The brown is sticking to the glass.
I should have known that.
Hey, we all learn things all
It's
the time.
like legs.
I mean, Yeah, I mean, we called them. That's what I always referred to when I was drinking wine. We had legs.
Yeah, it's similar on the glass to legs, but I don't think it's necessarily from the same
Mm-hmm.
source.
I
Because
don't
I
even
think
wanna
that
speculate.
the legs in the glass would probably be some. I mean, is it from? Okay, so the thing is that a more alcoholic drink is going to be more viscous than a less alcoholic drink, but that's not the only difference. So there's also like an oiliness, right? That would add to it. I don't know. It's hard to say.
I've never looked into it.
Yeah.
But I mean, when I want an imperial stout that brings the things, I want roast, I want booziness, I want it to stain that glass brown after I tilt the glass. And
I would say that if you're looking for that perfect roasted stout, this is just a little bit too sweet. But it's nearing that. Like it's hitting those notes that you really, really, really want. So it's up there. But
Yeah.
I think that especially in the front of this, it's a little sweet. I mean, it's a donut beer.
a potato donut.
A potato donut beer. It's gonna be sweet, but so you wouldn't expect it necessarily to hit that perfect note, but it's getting close, which is impressive.
So when we're rating these at the end of the show, it's going to be really hard because this is more of a dessert type of a beer.
But you make the rules. You can rate
however you want.
Whatever you thought was the yummiest, whatever you think was
Whatever you
most
think
representative of the style, what do you think just deserves props? I mean, whatever you want.
We don't tell you how to grade it. We just tell you have to. But how you want to do it that's all you.
But you must stress over it. You can't just be flippant about it.
We've let it happen occasionally, and it's never fun unless you use something. Like it could be the one that's the most red, right, of them.
But you got to come up with it.
But you got to figure out why this one's more red than that one. Once you do, yeah, everything works. But if you're just flippant about it, we've tried.
You'll break the show.
It doesn't. Yeah, you break the show, the whole thing falls, and it's worse than deleting it.
I don't know about that. I was pretty devastated about episode 509, take 1.
She was so mad.
Not mad.
I mean,
sad.
not mad.
Sad, yeah.
Sad.
Because it was a good show.
It really
was a good show that you missed.
There's a lot of things we talked about Anchor Brewing and their shutdown. It's been so long now.
Yeah.
If you've been under a rock, Anchor Brewing, they were sold to an investor a long time ago, and then to Sapporo after that. And Sapporo said, "F you guys," and then the employees tried to buy it, and Sapporo's like, "You ain't got enough money," so that's where we're at right now. So.
Yeah, no, there was great stuff in that show. It was there were discussions and there were like revelations about each other. It was great. That we all now, it's all more personal than anything else now because you guys missed out on it. But
yeah,
maybe if the AI had recorded it, we could have had it written down.
Here's what so the recording, the SD card was bad. So like 10% of every 10 seconds was lost.
No, and I'm not saying you should have posted that.
No, but what I had the transcription of what it got, and then I was hoping I could find a free place to feed the transcription back into text-to-speech.
Oh, God.
And then have us, like have text-to-speech us with that'd be fun, and at least a laugh.
It'd be novel. It would be novel.
We did that whole skit too at the end in the post show.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
We did. There's a whole thing in the post show about a. You asked AI to write a craft radio.
Oh, we can do
episode,
it again.
And we did it, but we kind of didn't do it right because we just improv off of it.
We did, and it was great.
We can do it again. I still have it.
Yeah, that's the advantage of Discord, because I think if we're probably going to do it again, and we're probably going to do the same thing, but you'll be able to see the original transcript and what we riffed on, because I think Jeff wanted us. Your original idea was just straight, which was just You can read it if you want that. I mean, it's a little like because I think we all felt like there's not enough of us here. We have to like using this as something we can put ourselves into is a lot more fun than just reading it straight.
I wasn't against it. It just if I was doing it with just my input, I would have done it straight because it's just it's ridiculous on its own. But it's fun, and we have to do it again.
So check out our post show, and you'll be able to find the transcript on Discord, which I'm sure we'll say a bunch. But we do want to remind everybody: the Discord,
everybody.
Yeah, that was another thing is we had a month without people joining Discord because that wasn't out there.
And we have the channels in there that you can send us recommendations.
Yeah.
If you want to hear a particular song for the intro, or you want
we did all this pitch last time. Yeah, give us intro songs.
Yeah.
Give us things. I don't know. Give us
topics that you want us to talk about.
Speaking of topics, I want to talk about. We talked about Justified recently, and there's this.
It's a post show. That's post show.
Yeah, that's post show.
But I want to shit on it so bad here.
I know, but look, I waited till post show to do my Picard rant.
Okay, all right. Oh, Justified.
I think the post
Primeval in the
show is going to be long.
Always is. These days, post shows are about probably longer than the main show.
All right.
Just remember
I know I have to get up
have
at
a
8
commitment in the morning.
And I'm not like I'm still exhausted, so I'm not going to stay forever.
No karaoke tonight.
No.
All right. So this last one is.
Oh, we're having another. We're drinking both. I thought we were choosing between the two.
No.
Shoot! I need to drink.
The only rule is there's no rules.
The thing is, it's going to be a very long post show.
Crap. Okay.
You don't have to chug it. You're gonna dip out of here and go to sleep and not even say goodbye to the listeners.
I did that once.
Twice.
Did I?
Yeah, you did it last time.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
You've done it twice.
Yeah.
I've done it twice.
I don't know which times, but you've done it twice.
I'm positive I've only done it once.
Nope.
I don't know. I feel like you bailed last time at the end.
Last time was episode 509, take 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I was here.
The whole time?
The whole time.
No, it was 508, I think, and then a couple before that.
Maybe.
You guys are just throwing me under the bus. Thanks.
Hey, that's the show. Deal with it.
It's fine.
You want to be an equal part of the show. You got to take the shit too.
I didn't ask for equal partnership in the show.
Well, you got it anyway. So this is Foulmouthed Grand Cru, right?
Yes.
This looks like
Belgian quad
the
kind
color
of thing.
is.
Think of like a Belgian strong ale, Belgian quad.
No, I'm just trying to analyze the color.
So we hit up Foulmouthed when we were in Portland. I think it was the first day we were there.
It was the first day.
And they had some decent stuff. I don't think there was anything to totally write home about, but they had a bottled beer to go called Grand Cru. So I figured.
Yeah, okay. So this is at least on Untapped, it's classed as Alt Brune.
Ooh, it does smell a little funky, a little wild.
Funky is for sure.
11.3%.
Grand Cru.
Grand Cru.
Grand Cru.
So it's been a while since I had an Alt Brune, for sure.
A special place in your heart, though.
Yes. I think that was one of my first, whoa, this is what beer can be type beers. And what was that? Which one was that?
Oh, boy. I can almost picture the label, but I can't.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but it was like, wow, this is a special type of beer.
It's less sweet tarts than like a Flanders, and there is totally.
Although it is a Flanders style, like it's a Flanders brown, so it's
than a Flanders red,
right.
But there's totally like Cosmic Motherfunk Grand Cru totally feels half to 2/3 Old Brune, so.
Is it Petrus? Was it the Petrus Alt Brune?
Yeah, probably.
I have no idea what y'all are talking about.
We're talking about a beer that way back in the day was like still like was this sort of sourness that even as drifters in the craft beer world we hadn't experienced yet. I don't recognize that, so I don't know.
Legitness.
That was
Legitness.
Yeah, do you know what that's from?
Not really.
Okay.
I thought it was good.
So yeah, I've never heard that one before. Okay. But okay, so what are we talking about when we're talking about Alpern? We're talking about basically, so if you've ever experienced a Flanders Red, which one was the Flanders Red that we had? The one that was the
I mean, there's Rodenbach is the main one.
Rodenbach, yeah.
I mean, some of the foeder aged beers that you've had, right, where they're kind of sweet tarts, you know, like that's Flanders Red. An Old Brun is foeder aged as well, usually, but it doesn't have that sweet tarts as much as it. But it's more of that culture of that kind of lactic, PDO, funky thing.
I mean, this is a lot less like lactic dominant, right? There's that's the thing about the Flanders style is that it's more of crazy bacteria stuff as opposed to just like pure lactic, which is like, for example, the Goza or you know, simple sours or stuff tend to be, you know, in just pure lactic.
It has a pear flavor, like it's
Ooh,
really
that's
kind
so
of,
That's a
tart.
really good call.
it's tart, but it's kind of like a underripe pear.
Pear?
Like well, those yellow pears, but like they're not like super sweet. Like when it's still a little bit tart and kind of firm in the flesh. Shannon's
trying to
making
get-
faces. Too acidic.
Well, I guess I've never eaten an underripe pear.
See, to me, weirdly, I'm not getting a huge acidic note here. I'm getting a lot of maple.
Maple?
Yeah. Maple.
Dark
apple.
maple. Sour apple.
Mhm.
It has to be sour apple.
Yeah, like but for some reason my brain is going around the sour. I don't know why, because it's definitely there and it's strong. Like why is my brain just like, oh yeah, the sour? Maybe it's just I'm used to the style enough that I'm just okay to be dialed in. I don't know why I'm not noticing the sour, because it's strong and it's absolutely there. But for some reason, I feel like my brain is just sort of jumping around it.
Yeah, that's strange because it's a big part of the flavor. It kind of eats away any kind of body that the beer has.
Yeah.
Like the maltiness is like kind of pushed out of the way because of this pear juice, this like tart pear juice flavor.
But all I'm focusing on is the end, and
I can't get to maple. I can't get there.
I don't like the end.
Okay.
I don't like what I'm tasting on the end.
What are you tasting? I even get notes of celery at the end there. Do you get that?
Celery seed? Celery seed?
Yes, celery seed is good.
Mhm.
That's good. I was going to say tannins, but
Yeah, there's definitely that.
or just that metallic.
There's a big woodiness too. Like there's oak is a thing in this.
Yeah, why is my brain skipping past those?
As we talk about this, like it's going to help us like either lead each other astray and be just stupid about it, or help us dial us in. So like I think if you take a sip and think about how it's like astringent oak, then it might take away from some of the acidity. Like that's where I'm at right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is the Foulmouthed brand crew.
It's weird if you can approach it different ways and your brain will notice different things.
Yeah.
That's pretty rare.
Well, that's
Kind of like the
defines the-
placebo
Yeah.
effect.
but that's the thing with blind
medication,
tasting, right? With blind
Yes.
tasting,
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true. It I guess it's rare in that the beer will make you want to do that.
Yeah.
But in terms of being able to do that with anything, it's just probably not rare at all. Just to think of something, devote your thoughts to it, and that's what you're going to notice. That's not
Like-
rare at all.
like if I'm like thinking, okay, ocean spray sea salt and take a sip, right? I'm probably going to get more brininess, you know. So
Sure. That's a good point. And maybe why my brain was skipping past it. 'Cause I was thinking,
do that. Think about like ocean spray, sea salt,
That's what I'm doing right now.
and it definitely tastes more briny to me.
taste the sea salt, the brininess. Yes,
Yeah, I can taste. Oh, okay.
And it
yeah.
makes it
Oh,
less. It makes it seem less
less
acidic.
tart.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all in your head, man.
Yeah,
Do we define our own
it's a
reality?
mind.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. Not allowed to say that word.
What is that? The only thing I can think of that maybe is somewhat comparative to that is the kid who's like do you have a what kid I'm talking about where it's just him trying to say I even forget what he was trying to say, but it's something about a dream, I think.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's a classic, which of course you don't recognize, but I think you understand.
We missed it. Did you see they just had a showing at Bottle Rocket
No,
of the 20th anniversary of the room? And
I wouldn't
and-
want
and Mock was that?
to. Who?
Mock or
Mark.
Mock.
Mock.
Mark.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hi, Mock.
It's Mark. Are
Mock
you from
was that.
Massachusetts now?
No.
It's a difficult thing to explain or even why you'd want to care unless you've seen it already. And I think you should only see you should really just watch like a riff tracks version of it
Mhm.
because then you'll get as much as you need and at least it will be entertaining.
Watching it in a room full of people, that would probably be a lot of fun.
Sure, but like Rocky Horror Picture Show, you have to know what you're getting into and know what the things are. It's not doing it on your own for the first time. It's just that's not going to be that interesting, and it's just going to feel like everyone's in on a joke and you're not, which is the case. So yeah, I would not recommend.
Good candy.
Yeah, good candy, right?
Mhm.
I got some candy. These were, I think, they're some tropical flavor.
They look like they're Canadian.
They're not.
They have a red maple leaf right
Oh,
there.
right. Yes, that's right. A red maple leaf. Somehow I managed to find them in Pittsburgh, and we're having them. And they're tasty.
Kind of tart.
A little tart.
Just like the beer we're
A
drinking.
little tart.
Yeah.
Good
But I
pairing.
think the right kind of
Very-
tart, right?
I mean, that's why I decided to
Mm-hmm. Okay,
take it
so
down. And just,
I guess we got a rank now, huh?
I think we have to. I think that
shit.
we're at that edge.
All right, who wants to go first? Rochambeau.
Well, let's put these in some order.
All right. So Twin Barns was first.
Okay.
Hill Farmstead was second.
Okay.
Are you talking the drinking
No, she's
order?
talking
No,
about
the order that
the
we
drinking
drank
order.
them.
Then was what first and last
Fiddlehead.
things, right?
Fiddlehead.
Then
Mm-mm.
Fiddlehead. I got Fiddlehead next.
Hill Farmstead was second.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow, I messed that up.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. And then Allagash Days End.
right.
And then we had the Alchemist Crush. And then we had Breweries.
Yes, I think Jeff got it. Okay. So I'm going to take a picture so that we can have this.
She has notes. I mean, pictures.
Well, no,
No,
it's
picture's
absolutely
good for
wonderful that you have notes
Discord.
because, but the picture is for Discord and get on that Discord. Give me a smile,
Give
Jeff.
me a D for Discord. Is that backwards? That's backwards.
You got all that background shit.
That's fine. No one's going to pay attention.
No.
I'm gonna
It's only Discord.
yeah, and do it even lower. So just you're barely in it, Jeff. Okay. And now Shannon's in it. Okay, wait. Let me go back a little bit. Okay, cool. Got it. All right.
All right.
Rochambeau, he goes first.
Oh, three papers.
Hey.
Fucking hell. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, shoot.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Shoot. Oh,
Shannon wins.
Shannon wins.
Oh,
Shannon cut us
shoot.
both.
I wasn't ready to go first.
So you won the road
I
campaign?
won, which means I get to choose
Okay.
where
that's
I want to go.
Okay.
No, you get to choose.
You pick the order.
I see.
You pick
I see
the
what you're
order.
saying. Okay. You pick who goes first.
Mhm.
Tell us who goes first.
All right. Greg, go for it.
Okie dokie. All right. In last place. Oh no. Of first and last things. That was, as I remember it, just I didn't like it. I think it was too much. It overdid what it was trying to do. And there were other things that were overdoing it a bit, but not as much as that one. So in second place, in next to last place, I'm gonna go Fiddlehead.
All right.
I think a somewhat modernized heady topper, but still a little just kind of not what you want out of the full thing. Trying to remember Bilt-to-Spill to see where it goes.
That was the one.
The lemon oil.
Lemon one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Crusher would be next. Crusher is modernized heady topper with a bit of a dank overtone. And I appreciated the approach, but I also think, take it down a notch and you'll probably be better. Okay. All right. I'm going to put Foulmouthed next. This is the ground crew. This is the out brewing that we are having right now. I think that the ability that we have to just change it based on what we're thinking about is very interesting, and that it supports all that is cool. But in terms of enjoyableness, which is what I'm sort of going by, probably it's kind of middle of the pack here. With I think I'm gonna go the Allagash next. Because also I liked what it was trying to do, but didn't complete the circle. I love a great cocktail beer, and this was sort of like half of one, and I would have liked it to just go all the way, to take that really big swing, and it sort of just took half a swing. So it got a nice double out of it, but you could have hit a triple, or even had ground or who knows. Bilt-to-Spill comes in next. I think this was the I might even throw this down some. I'm not sure. I don't remember it that well.
That was like the lemon candy one.
Yeah, I seem to remember I liked it, but it feels too high.
Okay.
Maybe I'll put it after the Grand Cru and before the.
I mean, you did like it when you were drinking it.
I did, but
you were more excitable about the Bilt-to-Spill than the Days End.
Okay, then that's probably true. All right, I'll go with your
recollection.
With your recollection, because I can't quite remember it. Holy Doughnut comes in next. Yeah, really close to a perfect Imperial Stout, but a little kind of sweet on the front, but captures a lot of what you like. And believe it or not, I mean, this Twin Barns, this was a wonderful way to start off.
Yeah, and it's like this brewery that we didn't know about.
Yeah.
And I felt like this is an all-timer in terms of, I would just buy packs of this. Absolutely. This would be a go-to. And you don't find a go-to very often. So that's why this is number one.
Snap a picture of your lineup, so it'll just make easier posting the notes.
Sure. All right. It's funny that of first and last things is
so
is the last
we do the
first.
rankings, right? And the beerists, they kind of just put them into buckets. They do like worth it, kind of worth it, not worth it kind of things. They have better names. I can't think for me, but we should do like Mary Fuck Kill.
It's not enough to do it right. But okay, so okay, so marry, fuck, kill of these. All right, no. I get it. This is kind of weighted, I think,
Okay.
but I'm going to say I'm going to be a little different than you might expect.
Okay.
But I'm going to say marry Lake Charles. That's the one I want to be with.
Mhm.
Fuck Holy Doughnut, because damn, I want to try that out.
It's moist, man.
Look at that body. Look at that. And kill Fiddlehead. No. Stop it.
All right. Do you want to go next or you want me to go?
Nope. I want you to go next.
All right. So I'll do the traditional ranking, then I'll do my MFKs. Greg, you're pretty dialed in here. It bugs me that the lens of the show causes me to not enjoy beers that I just enjoyed.
Yeah.
Like that is so weird.
It is.
Every beer on this table is a delicious beer.
Yes.
But tonight, with the lens, they weren't all delicious. I am going to have to put first and last things in last place. It just wasn't bright enough. It was delicious. How do I put it? It was I enjoyed it for being a dry, Southern Hemisphere styled hazy IPA, but it didn't bring it like the rest of the beers did. Fiddlehead, where I thought, oh, this is deliciously dank just 2 days ago. Today it was meh dank. Weird. So second to last place.
You need to place them in order so you can take
They
a
are.
picture.
They're still in the order. I think I'm going to keep going Greg's train. I'm going to put the Crusher in third from last place. Now, they're getting to a place where every beer beyond this was... Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to put the Grand Cru in third place. Because there was...
Entirely reasonable.
It was that pear acidity and everything. It was less yummy than the Crusher. The Crusher still had good yummy to it. So the Foulmouthed Grand Cru was a little over sour. I did enjoy the pear flavor, but it was like underripe green pears. Like, I don't know. Ones that grew in my neighbor's yard back in my old place. Well, I'm not sure about this yet,
Okay,
so I'll grab the phone in a minute. Crusher had a great juiciness to it. I enjoyed what it was giving. I didn't classify it as dank as Greg did. I think I see it a little bit different than a modernized heady, but it's small little things. I'm just mentioning here to fill some air.
Because we need filling, right? Because this isn't long enough.
Yeah.
I am going to put the Bilt-to-Spill next. That one was different. It was thin body. It had a light body to it, had that lemon drop type flavor to it. It was in a show where we were doing all double IPAs and IPAs. That one stood out in being full and whatnot. I'm going to put the Holy Doughnut next. The Holy Doughnut, there's lots of things I really liked about that. I liked the barrel. I liked the booziness. I liked the coconut. I liked the sweetness, and there was a little metallic note in there that kept it from being like a 9.9 on my scale, right? There was just this one little thing, a little bit drier, a little bit more boozy, and damn. A Day's End. Shannon's right. Thank you, Shannon, for making me buy a 4-pack of that. really hit the spot as our palate cleanser tonight. It really hit the spot just feeling like drinking a Boulevardier. Like, you know...
It's Brittany, bitch.
Really like the...
That's my
Allagash
Shannon tribute.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's...
And then, yeah, I think I'm going to have to agree with Greg and put the Lake Cruiser in the top spot. It was just grapefruit juice and yummy grapefruit juice. And presumably not added grapefruit juice, but
Didn't taste like it.
super good. Marry, fuck, kill. I'm going to marry the Allagash. I am going to fuck the Crusher. And I am going to
You have to do it now.
kill
Oh shit.
the Grand Cru.
Mary.
Consummate.
Fuck
No, it's really
and
fuck because it's really about,
kill.
it's about that. Which one do you want to fuck?
Shit. Guys,
Like
Oh,
I would
it's-
like I guess in
throwing these new things at me.
in marriage
and
terms, maybe it's
I'm new
who's
to
on
all
your-
this, man.
who's on your list, right? Which one of these is like
Pressure.
you're not going to leave your husband for them, but they're on your what's the list name? The
the
The hall pass.
the hall
The hall
pass.
pass,
Yeah,
yes. I have my hall pass. All
You
right.
do. I don't have any hall passes.
Oh bullshit! You're lying to the audience. Okay. Let me just. Can I just
You can
Take
do
a
whatever you want.
moment
or
to
reconnoiter.
reconnoiter and get this? Play some music or something.
How could this happen to me? I made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. The night goes on as I'm fading away. I'm sick of this life, I just wanna scream. How could this happen to me?
I'm trying to find the
That was just a perfect.
Pressure.
That was
Pressure.
even
No,
more
you should just-
perfect
pressure.
than I could have wanted
Under pressure.
in terms
under
of how
pressure.
that fit.
Under pressure.
Wow, that was beautiful. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. What?
Oh, you know,
Wait,
the whole
wait,
you know,
wait,
at
wait.
least like a clip. Okay, here we go. Wait.
Okay. Oh shit! You guys are killing me, man. Killing me. Killing me. Wait. Oh.
This is exactly 30 seconds long.
Oh. Is this? Yeah. Okay. That goes there, and then that goes there.
At least she's stressing over it.
I
Right,
have,
yes, exactly. Yeah.
I have my list, and I've been rating them as I go, but I'm trying to. Shit. What's this one?
Shannon, have you ever seen the show Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yes.
You know where the points don't matter?
Are you being mean?
No, but you know where the points don't matter?
Points don't matter.
Well, come on.
Oh my god.
Oh
this
my
is
God.
So good. Oh yeah. Oh, slow down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Who's so good? Who's so good?
Oh, hi, Mark.
Wait.
We got to make sure this stuff sticks in, right? That's the whole point of having it on a separate channel, right? So that
Yeah.
the AI doesn't get rid of it.
Yeah, no, it will.
All these sounds have to be there because they seem to be very important to me.
All right.
We have a perfect lead in.
All right. I'm going to start with the bottom of the list.
Bottom.
Bottom.
She likes it on the bottom.
Ooh, plenty of new things.
Surprisingly, I am going to have to go with the Fiddlehead.
Mhm.
The dankness, I mean, I really liked it. I actually bought a shirt from there because I really,
Sure.
really liked their flagship IPA. But I don't know.
The show
The
ruins everything.
show, I mean, we're really critiquing these
Science is a harsh mistress.
beers, and when you really put them up against each other. I'm gonna have to say Fiddlehead is at the bottom of the list. So okay, next I am going to go with the first and last things, which was from
Hillstead Farm.
Hillstead Farms, which really amazes me because
I'm sure it was delicious at the time. Nothing. There was no beer here that wasn't like, oh wow, I could drink this and have a blast.
Yeah, no drain pours.
Yeah.
this was Hillstead Farms.
Farmstead.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Hill
I
Farmstead.
introduced that, so that's my
Yeah,
name.
Hill Farmstead
I like Hillstead Farms better.
blew me away.
That's the
while
cheese
I was
company,
there.
right?
What?
Isn't that the company that makes like the pepperonis and the cheeses?
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh yes, it is. I believe you're right. Anyways,
I still like it better. I like the sound of it better.
so this place blew me away, and
The Hill Farmstead
We
sounds
have-
wrong.
I
We
thought there
have
was
12 more beers from them, which are just all big boys.
yeah.
So none of them are hoppy. They're
I'm
just big-
surprised that it's ranking so low tonight.
Yeah, me too.
But all right,
It's the fun thing about ranking.
All right.
You never know.
next
Challenge your preconceptions.
Mm-hmm.
Foulmouthed, the Grand Cru. That would be what did I write about that? Because I was taking some notes, but it was just a little too briny for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was so excited. So next, I have to tell you, I was so excited about the fact that we got to get Crusher when we went back.
You'll enjoy it again tomorrow
From-
when we're just watching TV.
I'm sure I will, because
Wow.
it's fantastic. From the Alchemist. I really enjoyed it, but tonight I was a little disappointed. It was a little more dank than it was 2 nights ago when
Yeah,
we had it.
Crazy.
So I don't know. I was really surprised. Next on my list would be this
Wait. Nope, didn't play. Oh well, never mind.
from Brewers, the Bilt-to-Spill. Very fruity. I really liked it. Very refreshing. I didn't have any of that dankness. I didn't have any
So,
tannins.
do you
that
remember?
really,
Did we have this beer when we were there?
yeah.
Okay. If we did, I think this can is better than what we had on draft.
Really?
I think this can's delicious. And I don't remember.
Did you mute me?
No.
No, I hear it.
You hear? I don't hear anything.
I hear you.
Play. I heard a couple things. So you had the home screen.
Yeah. All right, I'll try this again. Huh.
If we have to take a take 3 of episode 509,
Because of your soundboard.
My soundboard has stopped working. They stopped sending sounds.
Here, unplug that back in.
I will. Because I had some great, just amazing,
You were saving the best for
amazing
last.
things that would have just changed everything. And yet, not. And I just got the USB problem, which is that you put it in once, it doesn't work. You put it in twice, but flipping around doesn't work. You put it in a third time, flipping around, and it finally works.
absolutely. Let me know when I should.
Okay, so that came back. So what I was trying to do, well, it doesn't really matter. But when you were, you were just having the argument, and so it, was like,
tearing me apart, Lisa!
it just felt like the right moment.
Yeah. So in third, what did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We did 8 tonight?
Yeah, I mean, when you have two people, you do a different show. When you
Yeah,
have three
yeah,
people.
for sure. So it's great. So in third place, we have the Allagash Day's End, which I really thought was going to be in first.
I understand why.
I'm shocked that I'm putting it in third, but I rated them and took notes as I was going along, and this is where it landed. So, I really like it. I really, really do. But I have to tell you, top two are better.
motherfucker.
Yeah. So number two would be the Holy Doughnut from, who did the Holy Doughnut?
Lone Pine.
Okay.
Mhm.
Holy Doughnut. Loved it. Can't find my notes on it now to talk about it. Where the hell are my notes?
Did I do that?
Oh yeah. Very boozy. I tasted the smokiness, the barrel, the roasted walnuts and the dark chocolate. I actually really, really, really love this one. And it was really hard for me to choose between first and second because, I mean, that's apples and oranges in
Yes,
comparison.
they definitely are. They're very
So,
different. Very different.
If I was looking for a more of a dessert after dinner beverage, then I would choose Holy Doughnut. And that would be number one.
But
if I was choosing something to go with my meal or just to drink on, amongst us or anywhere
that
just
thing
to
was
have a good
something
time.
else.
That freaking Twin Barns Lake Cruiser, shockingly.
Yeah.
You would not have expected it if you're going in here.
I
But
didn't.
man, it's
Did all three of us choose that
yes,
as number
all three
one?
of us made this number one. Like,
So, but which one would you marry? Which one would you fuck?
and just giving a taste
Which
after
one?
it,
Which-
I see why. Give it a taste. It makes sense. You understand why when you taste it. And you're like, yeah, this is something I'd have every day.
All right. So which one would I marry?
Yeah.
Well, because I don't eat dessert every day,
Mm-hmm.
I can't marry the Holy Doughnut.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to marry the Lake Cruiser. I would definitely fuck the Holy Doughnut, though.
Me too.
Every day. Every day of the week.
Be your guma.
And which one would I kill? I couldn't kill any of them because
I could kill the fiddlehead. And you know what? I could even kill a first and last things.
I can't.
I feel like I could get away
I'll
with it.
let you slide this time.
Yeah,
I have the
I
outro
can't
music.
kill.
Mhm.
I have the outro music here.
All right.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Yes, thanks everyone.
Join our Discord. Join our Discord. Join our
Craftbeerradio.com.
Discord.
You'll find a link for
Buy my book. Buy my book. That's a Simpsons reference. I think it was Krusty, right? Yeah.
Oh.
What is this you're playing?
Pee Wee Herman.
Oh.
He just
Rip
died.
Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
I should have just played the tequila song is what I should have done instead of clicking the Pee Wee Herman one.
R.I.P.
Wow. Okay. Well, we got there. I think. I don't even know. Is this like coming through on the?
Yeah, it's coming through.
All right.
Maybe.
No, I
But we
don't
have a
think it is.
backup, so hopefully.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know like if it's coming through on their microphone because of that.
Oh, is it playing there?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I think it's gonna be cut out.
Oh shit! Fuck. Oh, you're right. You're right.
Let me.
You do it.
Yes.
I'm just. I thought I'd be all smart.
Oh.
I'm not smart, you
know.
I'm not smart. I'm not a smart man.
Let's see. Tequila song. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh. There we go. Thank you for listening to Craft Beer Radio. Episode 509, hopefully.
Part 2.
Hopefully the
Take
real
2.
one. Hopefully the one
Take
that lasts. The take 2. Hopefully
take
we
2.
don't have to do a take 3. We can move on to 510 next time. We thank you so much for listening to us.
Hey, I know you are, but what am I?
What?
Pee Wee Herman. I know you are, but what am I?
Okay. That was
Wow.
a terrible Pee Wee Herman.
Wow.
Okay. Thank you for listening to Craft Beer Radio. Join our Discord. Go to craftbeerradio.com. There's a link
the
there.
funnest fun you'll ever fun.
And
Show us some love.
yes, show us some love. Come on, guys.
Give us some recommendations. We're looking for them.
Give us some music to play. Give us some beers to look for.
Tell us what you're drinking.
Tell us to keep the show under an hour and 55 minutes and 38 seconds.
Give us something to talk about in the post show so that you can hear us go on our weird rants about shit.
Just give us feedback. We love it.
Do it.
Do it.
Bam. Mic drop.